Hello, everyone. My name is Shaw Ashley, and I am the director of the North Myrtle Beach Junior Survivor Camp and the Celebrity Challenge. And tonight I am here with
Angela Gore.
awesome Angela. So, what do you do for a living, and what makes you kind of a local celebrity?
I am a school administrator at an elementary school, actually Riverside Elementary. Um, what makes me a celebrity, I really don't know. And if you remember my questionnaire, I was like, I'm really not a celebrity. I had no idea why you all reached out to me. Um, so I guess maybe with kids, with younger children, when they see me, they're excited to see me. But anybody else, I'm just Milton's wife.
Yeah, and that was something like last season we reached out to you and you weren't sure, and I was super excited that you were willing to compete this year because this is for the kids and we want someone who not only works with kids every day, but knows what this is all for. So that was a big reason why we wanted you. Um, so what is the biggest reason or why should the community root for you in the competition?
Um, I have lived here going on 30 years. I actually didn't know much about North Myrtle Beach until I met my husband. And we've been married almost 30 years now. And I moved here when we got married. I've been working in Horry County all this time, and I'm soon to be retired. And I guess because I'm a community member, that would be a great reason to support me and vote for me. I also think that, being a possibly a senior member of this crew that this celebrity challenge, I think that would be you know, just go out on a limb and vote for the old girl here.
So, what are you most looking forward to in the competition?
Well, I love competing. I love playing games. You can ask my family. I'm always the one that brings out the games and wants to have a lot of fun. I love being active. I was never an athlete in school, but as I got older, I realized that physical fitness gives you more energy. uh, I never could really understand that concept until I got older. And, I exercise every day. So I feel like those challenges will be a lot of fun for me, especially if it requires running or some stamina, because I do like doing that. But um, I'm just really excited about finding out more about myself because I am not an outdoorsy person. Sleeping outdoors, that's not my cup of tea. So I'm kind of excited to step out of my box and maybe like someone said, check this off a bucket list.
That was something we had a lady last year, Cindy Nayland, and she was about your age, and she was very a girly girl. She works at a hair salon, and she legit up until the last minute, I blow y'all up with information all the time, and I did the same thing last season, and she legit thought she was only volunteering for the kids camp. Like she didn't realize for the longest time what she was getting into, and she'd call me every day. What do I do? What do I do? And she got out there and she did really good and had a blast. And she was emotional at the end of the experience because it's only 2 days, but you really do learn a lot about yourself in these 2 days. And, you're not on an island for 39 days like the show, but it's a super rewarding experience, I feel like. And that's what we heard last season. So,
Okay.
um, have you ever watched Survivor? And if so, are you one of those people you casually watch? It's been on for 20 years or not really a huge fan.
I was a huge fan when it first started, but since I don't know when I stopped watching television. but I'm not an avid television watcher. I'll like, with Netflix, I never binge watch anything. If I see that it's a series, I'm like, oh no, I'm not watching that because you get caught up in it. So, and then I guess maybe I watched probably the first 5 seasons. And I want to say maybe during COVID is probably when, 2020, maybe before that is when I kind of got out of, just watching. And there are certain shows that I watch, but I'm not a television person. I just don't sit down and say, oh, this is coming on Tuesday night. I need to watch that. But I do remember those Survivor episodes that I did watch. They were very intense. Um, the one that I watched, with the North Myrtle Beach Celebrity Challenge, I actually hadn't reached out to you yet to say I would definitely do it. And when I watched that, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do this because, it was, you had to be manipulative and, some uh, backstabbing and being untruthful. And I was like, nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. Well, I think it was that next Friday, it was announced, and I forgot to let you know that I didn't think that I wanted to do it. And that next Friday, my best friend, she texted me. She said, "You didn't let me know you were doing it." I said, "Oh, okay, that is right." So, um, I went ahead and signed up for it and said, "Okay, I'll do it." But you know, I think watching those things, it kind of intimidates me because I am a kind of sometimes an introvert. It takes me a little bit of time to get, um, with people that I don't know. I know some of the people I do kind of have a small relationship with, and I think that'll make it a little easier for me. But, to get to be open and get to know people, but just knowing that I might step on someone's foot or have to be deceitful to someone that I'm going to see in a workplace later on is kind of intimidating.
That was a big thing last season. We had a youth pastor and the director of FCA for North Myrtle Beach, and that was their biggest thing is they were like, you know, I preach and I say don't do these things for a living, but here I am. And
Yeah.
they both made it till the final seven. And it is an interesting experience because, the show has been on for 22 years. And there are people who don't lie and they play an ethical game. And sometimes that's really respectable, or that's why they were the first person voted out. And so that was a big thing is we had so many North Myrtle Beach high school people last year. There was like five of them, and that's why we kind of dwindled that this year. But when it got down to that final six and they had to backstab each other, and I'm like, y'all are gonna be at work together on Monday morning. So this should be interesting. But
Yeah.
it's all fun and games. But here's another question. Have you, and you don't have to answer this, but have you made any pre-game alliances? And if not, do you plan to, or do you want to maybe keep the game more authentic and do all that in May?
I'm just kind of playing it by, as it comes. I think I think I've only talked to one person since, and that was Wayne. And actually, I saw him at a basketball game, and he was telling me about us being the old oldest members. And but I don't plan on making alliances, but if it happens, it happens. um, if it doesn't, we'll see. Just it'll be authentic.
Yeah. So we had last year we had 14 contestants, two tribes of seven, and we had a tribe captain on each. Well, this year we're doing something different. We have three starting tribes with five people on each tribe and three tribe captains from the show, one on each tribe. Do you see yourself maybe because all of the tribe captains, they're immune from the first tribal council they attend. So you can't vote them out if you go to tribal first or whatever. Um, can you see yourself maybe targeting them, or would you want to keep them around for their expertise?
Um, and once again, I think I just have to see how things go. You know, you think one way, but sometimes life will send you in another direction. So I really don't know. I know in the last or in your first season, um, they were very helpful in helping people be deceitful.
Right?
So I think, I'll probably maybe follow their lead if, if the opportunity affords itself, or, if they don't hit it off or mesh with us, they might have to go.
hmm Last year, we had arguably the most famous woman ever on the show play, two-time winner, legendary, and she made the final six. And
Mhm.
this year, we don't have quite as big of names as we did last season. And one of our tribe captains was one of the first couple boots. And so for them, this is kind of like a second chance, a redemption. So I'm interested to see, and I know the fans are interested to see how that kind of works into the relationships. And could we see someone like that go far? I
Right.
mean, it'll be interesting. So, kind of going off to what you've already talked about, in Survivor, there's three big, um, big things. There outwit, outplay, outlast is the name of the game,
Mhm.
but there's three different gameplays you can play. Well, the first one's your social gameplay. Being a good person that people want to be around and not vote you out because you're super kind, or you know how to build a fire and you're very resourceful around camp. You're strategic in making those alliances and bonds to keep you in the game, and your competitive skills in the challenges and making sure your tribe dominates. Of the three, social, strategic, competitive, what do you think your biggest thing will be?
Um, the way you describe him, I think more competitive. I may not be the strongest, I may not be the fastest, but if I see that I can cheer you on and encourage you, um, if you're on my team, I'll do that. Um, I remember when, and even now when I work out, if we have something going on, I'm always trying to help someone to get better and be stronger. As far as um, the social piece of it, um, I'm not real strong in that suit. I have to warm up to people, and sometimes people have to warm up to me. Um, and the strategic part of it, probably not so, because I go with the flow. So I think probably the competition.
So I think I know the answer to this based on everything we've talked about, but do you think, in Survivor, not only is there physical challenges, but there's a lot of mental challenges, puzzles and brain games and stuff like that. So do you think you'll be good in most of the challenges? And if not, how do you plan to overcome that and stay in the game?
I'll just be honest. If it's something that I think that I could be real good at, I would volunteer to do it. But if it's something that I don't think that I could manage, the puzzle piece of it, if I'm tired or you know, feeling a little foggy in the brain, I know that the pressure on doing that, it would get to me. So I probably wouldn't be as good as I would be if we had to go gather something and run back, and or I think there was one challenge where they were working to get something to one side and they were holding a rope and
hmm
balancing on that. That would be something that I would prefer doing than a puzzle.
Okay, so that endurance is good
Yeah.
for you. So I know we're just getting started. We're closing in and the end of November, and for November, we're playing for an advantage, and every month we're playing for an advantage. So I know, like I said, we've not been in this so far, but what have you done to prepare for the game so far? And if not, what do you plan to do up until May?
Um, well, as far as trying to get advantages, I have done some fundraising. And I do feel like I'll need those advantages, as many as I can get, because I'm just hoping to kind of maybe go far. I want to see um, how I can manage the mosquitoes, um, the sleeping in the tent. I really do kind of want to experience that. It does intrigue me that I'm stepping out of the box, because everybody that knows me knows that when a mosquito bites me, it's like, oh gosh, where's the alcohol, where's the Benadryl? Because and they are very attracted to me. And sleeping outside, um, you know, it's not that I'm girly girly, but I just I prefer to be at the pool rather than the beach, that kind of thing. But so I think that I really want to stay long. I don't want to have to go home early.
Oh, good. So this is my last question. This interview, probably within an hour, once we wrap this up, I'll have it edited and posted. And this is good for you to, and a lot of people have been doing flyers, which is a really good thing. But this video is good for you to push out to people, to help you fundraise. And after the first season, we got quite a bit of a following from people around the country who are not around in the community that do want to donate to us. And those people watch these videos, pick their early favorites, and that's who they donate to. So this is very helpful for you and for everyone. So do you have anything else you want to say to the public before we wrap this up?
Um, well, I hope that I can survive. My theme is help Angela survive this challenge. And I would hope that if it came down to you giving to me or someone else to help me win some type of advantage, that you would go for me. I'm a 55-year-old grandmother of four who will probably be competing against much younger um, members. And I hope to outwit, outsmart all of them and make you guys proud.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Angela. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.